Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Von Erich block of the Texas Grand Prix Tournament with our first matchup tonight. This is your color commentator, Johnny Bedlam, along with, introduce yourself, young man.
My name is Seth Goff. I will be your play-by-play commentator. And
Seth.
Here comes Chandler Hopkins, former MPX Addicts champion in his own right.
Well, Seth, I hear that you are training here at MPX to become a professional wrestler, so why don't you tell me a little more about Chandler Hopkins?
Chandler Hopkins, he was actually there at the very beginning of my career. He had a very instrumental part in helping me start my career here. Of course, he's an amazing high flyer.
I personally have had my own problems with Chandler Hopkins in the past, some that have not been answered yet, unfortunately, but I do look forward to seeing what he can pull out of his hat, no pun intended, tonight at the Texas Grand Prix Tournament, with a very interesting first matchup here against someone that I know very well.
A few years back, I left this place, and when I did, I found my path. It led me somewhere with a climate as hot as fire, and someone once told me, it's the hottest fires that make the heart of steel. Factor that with the consistent work I put in, it's a drive with endless acceleration. I've got something going, and now, that same path I mentioned has led me back to these roads I know all too well. It's all a part of the progression, the good and the bad. This is my story so far. It's probably not one you've seen on your feed or being endorsed by your idols. This is one I'm writing for myself. Because if there's anything this city's taught me, all you've got is yourself, and your potential must be matched by your work ethic. While it's about showing them, it's also about proving something to myself, about something I want, and what I'll do to get it. So I'll keep driving. My time and place is somewhere out here. And I'm going to find it.
From Detroit, Michigan.
Here's Joe Demaro.
This is Joe Demaro.
Welcome to the MPX Arena, Joe Demaro.
Yeah. Yep. Cool.
What's your history between you and Joe Demaro? You seem pretty agitated seeing him.
Yeah, you could say that. But long story short, me and Joe had ourselves a little qualifier match to get into the Von Erich block of the Texas Grand Prix, and better man won. But I guess
The better man being Joe Demaro, right?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, better man being Joe Demaro, but hey, I guess I might as well have him as my horse in this race. If I'm going to lose to anybody, I'd rather lose to the person who wins the whole dang thing. But we are set for action here tonight. It's Joe Demaro versus Chandler Hopkins in this first matchup of the Von Erich block of the Texas Grand Prix, and the bell will sound, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Despite what I feel about Joe Demaro and Chandler Hopkins, respectively, these two are two of the premier
Strong
athletes. Two of the premier athletes in the state of Texas. Joe, of course, moving back to his city of Detroit, Michigan, but made his claim in the Austin and San Antonio region especially, and looks to make an impact here tonight against Chandler Hopkins, who you know very well, being a former MPX Addicts champion. Seth, why don't you tell me a little more about Chandler Hopkins?
Chandler Hopkins, he He's actually a very skilled chain wrestler, as you can see right now. Oh, look at that.
Nice reversal there by Chandler Hopkins.
Quick roll through on that one. I do enjoy his shooting star press off the top rope. It is quite the spectacle, and I hope we see it again tonight.
I'm sure that he'll try and look for that tonight against Joe Demaro and against
Ripcord. Oh, gets caught in a waist lock. Takedown.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this Texas Grand Prix, each win is worth 2 points, a tie is worth 1, and if you lose, you get no points. Again, the winner of this block will be the person with the most points at the end of all of their matchups. Again, this is a round-robin style tournament, so everyone will face everyone. That means you'll get to see matchups like Joe Demaro versus Gino. You'll get to see Chandler Hopkins versus Mysterious Q. You'll get to see Mysterious Q versus Joe Demaro and Tommy Becker versus Chandler Hopkins as well. All these matches and more here in the Von Erich block.
Into the side headlock.
To a nice side headlock there. Oh, neither man
went
budging.
for the shoulder tackle.
Neither man budging on the shoulder tackle. But
beautiful drop kick.
Chandler Hopkins surprises Joe Demaro with a drop kick there.
Joe Demaro now powdering to the outside while Chandler's controlling the center of the ring.
And if Joe is going to be the man to win this tournament, he's going to have to pull a little more out of the hat here.
Gets out of the way.
Joe sees it coming.
Duck.
Oh,
what a wicked chop, followed by the kick.
Nice kick there by Chandler Hopkins. Again, as far as I'm concerned,
gonna go for the
regardless of my
suicide dive
feelings,
once again. Joe Demaro.
Joe tries to mirror him, but
rolling flatliner. Oh my gosh.
Flatliner
That's
there.
it.
Only two. Referee Ben Scheinberg with a count of 2. Chandler Hopkins again stays on Joe Demaro. Again, no space wasted. A sense of urgency here from Chandler Hopkins in this first matchup.
That was the very first time I've ever seen him do the roll through flatliner. It was
a very impressive move, I have to say, if I do say so myself. And Joe Demaro taking Chandler Hopkins to the corner here with some strikes, some big strikes to the head. Of course, Joe Demaro has to watch that closed fist,
Chandler
which is an
fight
illegal
back.
move.
There we go.
Chandler with a big clothesline.
Gonna whip him off the opposite corner. Oh, he reverses. Goes over the top. Oh! Another vicious chop.
Joe Demaro saying, anything that you can do, Chandler, I can do better.
Roll
and
through.
Joe Demaro goes for his own
And
flatliner.
he just proved it. 1.
And a count of 2 from referee Ben Scheinberg.
Wow.
These two premier athletes of this state
Chandler
going
working
tick
his way
for
up
tack.
to the corner.
What does Joe Demaro have to do to beat Chandler Hopkins here tonight? This is going to be an interesting matchup, Seth. I look forward to this and many more tonight.
Getting some stomps in on the corner. Chandler needs to get his hands up. Protect himself. Oh, to the face. Ref needs to be doing his job, getting him out of the corner.
You know, I will say, with my history with Joe Demaro, I have seen him get better and better as the days progress, especially last year in the summer of 2019. Of course, we had our history in heavy metal wrestling.
Face in the corner.
But I guarantee you, Joe is going to be someone that is gonna have his moments here in this tournament, and I look forward to seeing what exactly he can do.
How far do you think he's going to make it in this tournament?
I can't necessarily say because anything can happen in the Texas Grand Prix, as you know.
He's setting up for his slingshot German.
Well, Chandler's going to roll through here, and a slingshot German by Chandler Hopkins, and Joe Demaro looks to be in a world of trouble here. Chandler Hopkins with a hot start. And it looks like you might have called it.
Looks like he's calling for his amazing shooting star press.
You might have called it, Chandler Hopkins.
But Joe Demaro is starting to work his way up.
Looking for high risk and high reward here with Joe Demaro. But Joe, of course, baits Chandler and hits him with a big boot.
Oh, he's working his way up. Springboard. Oh, elbow.
I have felt that. I have felt the wrath of that elbow, and it is not pretty and it is not fun.
Yeah,
but a 2 count here.
How does that elbow feel, by the way?
It does not feel very good. An elbow to the chest can, of course, put pressure on your carotid arteries, and it can also constrict your breathing and your respiratory system. It's a very impactful and useful move for someone like Joe Demaro who wants to take the wind out of Chandler Hopkins.
Yeah,
because with these two premier athletes, I guarantee you, Seth, it's going to go more than 10 minutes. It's going to go maybe more than 15, more than 20. But it also could end in the blink of an eye.
Most definitely. I've taken many elbows during my days in training, and holy crap, my sternum still feels like crap from all those elbows I've taken.
Yes, sir. So it's going to be interesting to see how something like that elbow affects the respiratory and cardiovascular system of Chandler Hopkins, if it does at all. Oh, and Joe Demaro with a nice gut kick there to Chandler Hopkins. He's looking for the Demaro driver.
So close. Oh,
But Chandler with a big kick to the face and a big Pele kick by
Amazing
Chandler
Pele kick.
Hopkins. And the big kip up.
beautiful nip up.
Chandler Hopkins trying to
Walking over
get
to
this
the
Fort
corner.
Worth crowd behind him.
Taking his shot.
And a big
Ooh.
flying forearm from Chandler Hopkins. The young gun looking to shoot high
Snap
here tonight.
suplex, float over.
Float
Followed
over.
by a Falcon Arrow.
A Falcon Arrow by Chandler Hopkins. Can this do it? Can this be it? And
Kick
a
out
2
at
count.
2 3/4.
Chandler Hopkins barely 1 count shy of gaining 2 points in this Texas Grand Prix tournament.
Look at that. He's going for his shooting star press.
Seth, I think you were onto something at the beginning of this match. Chandler Hopkins going for that shooting
Going
star
up.
press, but Joe Demaro rolls
Quickly
out of the
gets
way.
Rolls through.
And
Drop
Joe
kick.
Demaro hits
Ooh.
Chandler Hopkins with a
in the
ginormous
corner.
drop kick.
Charges at him.
And a
Big
big shot
chop.
there by Joe Demaro to Chandler Hopkins. All right, I see you, Joe.
Reversal. Oh.
Joe moves out of the way, and a big pump kick. I felt that as
Roll
well.
through. No. He's not going to go for it, is he?
No.
He's going to go for it.
Joe Demaro looking
Really?
for something of his own off the top rope. Maybe that frog splash that he's patented over the past few months.
Oh!
And a big frog splash.
Big splash. 1,
2. No, sir.
2 count.
Only 2 from referee Ben Scheinberg. Yes, Seth, I have felt the wrath of that frog splash as well, and it is not pretty, not fun, just like that elbow.
It's not pretty on both sides. As you can see, it's taken a lot out of Joe as well.
Well, it did. It has taken a lot out of Joe, but it also has accumulated with the other offense that Chandler Hopkins has dished out during this match.
Most definitely.
And these two athletes coming back to his vertical base here. It's going to be interesting to see how Chandler Hopkins reacts to the frog splash. But
Went for the
Chandler
discus
Hopkins gets
boot.
out of the way. He's looking for something big.
Oh!
A big roundhouse kick there by Chandler Hopkins.
Oh,
And a big
pump
boot.
kick.
A pump kick by Joe Demaro, and both men are down.
Both down. Referee's going to start the count. What is your pick for this match? Who do you think's going to win?
As I mentioned before, young Seth, there is no way that I could ever fully support either of these men with my respective histories, with both of them in New Texas and in heavy metal wrestling. But if I had to pick a horse, like I said at the beginning, if I'm going to lose to anybody, I want to lose to the person that wins the whole damn thing. So Joe Demaro is my horse in this match, and he is my horse going forward in the tournament.
Chandler Hopkins is definitely going to be my pick for this match, but my pick for the whole tournament is going to be later on in this match tonight. You'll see him later. Ooh,
And a
discus
big
chop
chop
missed. Oh,
combination and kick combination there from Chandler Hopkins, and a
Ooh,
big European uppercut.
uppercut.
Big European uppercut from Joe Demaro. Joe Demaro looking for that hammerlock clothesline. Chandler looking for a knee of some sort, but a gut kick by Joe Demaro. He could be going for it. Demaro driver! Demaro driver 94. He goes
Chandler,
for it, but Chandler Hopkins.
Chandler just barely rolled out of the
Chandler
way.
Hopkins ever
I think
the
that might have
veteran.
just saved the match for him.
Chandler Hopkins ever the veteran rolling out of the ring. Giving himself time and space to get away from Joe Demaro and catch his breath, young Seth.
I think he's going to take as much time as he needs. Joe needs to do the same thing on the inside. Just
If I
catch
were
his
Joe
breath.
Demaro, if I were in his shoes right now, if I would have won that qualifier match, I would be taking my sweet time and getting my distance from Chandler Hopkins.
But I can also understand on why he wants to get him in the ring so he can stay on top of him, because he was that close from getting the victory, so he's quickly throwing him back into the ring.
I
to
can
try to
see that as
where he
well.
finishes
Yes,
it.
sir. I can see that as well. But it's just the matter of how much faith does Joe Demaro have in his cardiovascular system. Does he have enough to put away Chandler Hopkins in this first match? Joe Demaro he might be looking for that pump kick. Again, he goes for that pump
missed
kick,
pump
but a
kick.
kick straight to the face from Chandler Hopkins, and a very slick kick there by Chandler Hopkins. And he's got a pin
Figure
on
four
him.
pin.
He's got a
Two.
figure 4 pin and a 3 count for Chandler Hopkins.
Chandler Hopkins wins after a figure 4 pin. Wow.
Chandler Hopkins with a very crafty